Okay, metaphase 1. Okay, so in this metaphase 1, what will occur? Let's see here. Suppose this is one cell in the prophase 1, and after completion of that diakinesis, we have seen that there is presence of the chromosome, and these chromosomes are your homologous chromosome. This is suppose one homologous chromosome, this is another homologous chromosome, and as we have discussed that there will be exchange of segment between this homologous chromosome. And let me make this in colors. So this is one chromosome. Okay. Suppose this is one chromosome and this is another chromosome, and as we have discussed earlier, there will be exchange of segments so that this will be the chromosome. This is the centromere, and that centromere having your kinetochores. And this is another homologous chromosome. These two are the homologous chromosomes. And here suppose the exchange is done. Suppose in between these two. And here it will be like this. And as we have discussed that the spindle fiber has already formed in the prophase 1, and that spindle fiber is now attached with this, and this is attached with this is attached with this, and this is attached with this. Okay, so now this will move towards this, and this will pull towards this, and this will pull towards this by the spindle fiber. Okay, so homologous pair of chromosome, they are in this stage. What happened? And we can find that some of the spindle fiber that are present and from this pole to this pole. Okay, so these are your continuous spindle fiber, and some are non-continuous spindle fiber. So this is your continuous spindle fiber. Okay, and this is your chromosomal spindle fiber. Okay, or this continuous spindle fiber. Okay, so what happened in this step? Now the homologous chromosome are present in this center. Okay, the homologous chromosome that are present in the center. So homologous pair of chromosome lie or align at the equatorial plane or center, at the center, or that center is also called as equatorial plane or plate. Okay, and spindle fiber attached with the centromere. The spindle fiber attached with the centromere, and in the centromere we know that there is presence of kinetochore. The centromere having the kinetochore. Okay, so this black part, that is the centromere, and that centromere having the kinetochore. And with that kinetochore, the centromere that attach here. Okay, the centromere is attached with the kinetochore. Next, this is your metaphase 1, and now in this next phase, what will happen? Anaphase 1 will happen. The next phase, what will happen? The anaphase 1. Okay, the anaphase 1 will happen, and spindle fiber start contraction in this anaphase 1. The spindle fiber start contraction. Okay, the spindle fiber start contraction in this phase, so that suppose this is the cell. And this is your centriole, and here in this there will be presence of your chromosome, and these are homologous chromosome, and there will be transformation of each of these homologous chromosomes. This will move towards this, and this will pull towards this. Okay, it will move towards this, and it is now moving towards this because this spindle fiber is now contracting. Okay, and due to that, now they will appear just like this. They will be found in this manner. Suppose these are the centrosome, and here the chromosome will appear like this. Okay. Here, what is the difference between the anaphase of your meiotic division and mitotic division is that here the chromatids are not separated. This is not separate. These two are not separated here. Okay. Whole chromosome is transforming into the each pole. Okay. So what will happen now? It will moving towards this, and they will moving towards this. Before, when the cell have the 4 chromosomes, the cell have the 4 chromosomes. Here now the cell have the 4 chromosomes, but in this anaphase, what will happen? The spindle fiber start contraction, and each homologous chromosome move towards each pole. Each homologous chromosome move towards each pole. Okay, that means out of these 2 homologous chromosomes, this homologous chromosome will move towards this pole, and this will move towards this pole. Okay, and chromosome number are getting reduced to half, because after that this part will form one cell and this part will form another cell. So chromosome number is now reducing. Okay, so chromosome numbers are now getting reduced. The chromosome numbers are now getting reduced. Okay. Then here the chromatid will not split. Okay. And at the end of anaphase, what will happen? At the end, the chromosome reach to the pole. Chromosome reach to the pole. Okay. So let's see. Next, your telophase 1. The telophase 1, here what will happen? Now the chromosome, homologous chromosome are at the pole, and at the telophase 1, the nuclear membrane start to form here. Suppose this is your homologous chromosome, this is one, and this is from another, this is another chromosome, here there is presence of 2 chromosomes. Okay, and now the nuclear membrane start forming, and the nucleolus is also start to appear in this page. Okay, so the telophase, that is exactly same as the telophase of your mitotic phase. So the chromatin that starts decondensation, here the chromatin starts decondensation. Chromatin start decondensation means this chromosome will converted into your chromatin. The chromosome now that will convert into chromatin. Okay, the chromosome that will convert it into what? Chromatin material. That is your decondensation process. And as you know that in the prophase, what is happening here? In the prophase, the chromatin is converted into your chromosome, but in the telophase, the chromosome is converted into your chromatin. Okay, so that is just like your mitotic telophase. Okay, and this is opposite to the prophase. And the chromatin that will now appear in thread, like that will appear in thread forms. They will appear in thread forms, and nuclear membrane reappear. The nuclear membrane reappear in this phase. Okay, and the spindle fiber disappear. Ultimately, the spindle fiber disappear. Spindle fiber disappear, as well as the nucleolus is formed in this phase. Nucleolus is formed in this phase. Okay, so this is your telophase 1, and when we see your cytokinesis, after that your karyokinesis 1 is completed here. Then after karyokinesis 1, now you will come to your cytokinesis 1, and the cytokinesis 1, that is the part of your meiosis 1. As we have discussed that the meiosis 1 is divided into two phases. One is your karyokinesis 1. One is your karyokinesis 1, and the second one, that is the cytokinesis 1. Okay, and we have just completed your karyokinesis 1, and then comes to your cytokinesis 1. And in that cytokinesis 1, what will happen? The cytoplasmic contents will divide, and each cytoplasm they will make two daughter cells. Okay, so here what will happen? The cytoplasm get divided. The cytoplasm get divided. Okay, to form two daughter cells. Two daughter cells. Okay, and suppose this is your animal cell. Suppose this is the cell. Here there will be presence of your one nucleus. This is another nucleus, and here the chromosomes are appear in the thread form. Okay, so now there will be occurrence of your furrow. Suppose this is cell furrow method, then this furrow will get increased, and they will meet at a point, and they will get separated, and that results in the formation of two daughter cells. Okay, we have discussed that in your mitosis, how that cell furrow is formed. Okay, how that cell furrow is formed, we have discussed that. So here, this is one cell, this is another cell having the chromosomes, and now these chromosomes are appear just thread-like. Okay, so these two are your daughter cells. These two are your daughter cells. Okay, and if you compare the mother cell and daughter cell, when we see your mother cell, suppose this is your mother cell, the mother cell was having the how many chromosomes are there? Mother cell have 4 chromosomes. Okay, so this is one chromosome, this is another chromosome, this is another, this is another. Okay, mother cell, this is the mother cell. Mother cell have 4 chromosomes, but when this mother cell undergoes your meiotic division, fast meiotic division, it undergoes your fast meiotic division or meiosis 1, then there is formation of 2 daughter cells, or these are 2 daughter cells, and now this daughter cell having 2 chromosomes, and this daughter cell having the 2 chromosomes. Okay, and we have discussed that in the mother cell there is presence of 8 DNA. Na? There is presence of 8 DNA. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here there will be presence of, this is 2. Here there will be presence of 4 DNA, and here also 4 DNA. That means the DNA content also decrease here, as well as the chromosome content also decrease here. The chromosome that become half and the DNA that become also half in these daughter cells. Okay, so now the daughter cell have half set of chromosome. Now the daughter cell have half set of chromosome. Okay, so this meiosis 1 is called as your reductional division. So that meiosis 1 is called reductional division. Okay. Then after that, they will comes to the next phase, your meiosis 2. But before meiosis 2, they go for your interkinesis. Okay, suppose these two are the daughter cells. Okay, so these two daughter cells, they go for interkinesis. For several period of time, they will not divide. So this is short period of time before your meiosis 2. This is the short period of time before meiosis 2. Before meiosis 2, a short period of time is there, and that is your interkinesis. And after interkinesis, there will be occurrence of your meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 will occur after that. And as you know that meiosis 2, that is divided into your karyokinesis 2 and cytokinesis 2. Karyokinesis 2 and cytokinesis 2. And cytokinesis 2. Okay, and the karyokinesis 2 is again divided into your prophase 2, your metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and your telophase 2. Okay, and this karyokinesis or this cytokinesis 2 or this meiosis 2, that is similar, that is same as the mitotic division. Okay, as the mitotic division. Mitosis janta hudala like that, the meiosis 2 will also occur. And as you know that here the cells are having half set of chromosomes, so that I'm writing NN. Okay, and the number of cells which are formed after this meiosis 2, okay, this 2 will give rise to 2 cells, and this cell will give rise to 2 cells. So that these cells are having also n type of cells, or n number of chromosomes will be there, same number of chromosomes will be there. So that is called as your equational division, or that is same as the mitotic division. Okay, so let's start your prophase 2. Just similar with your mitotic prophase. Suppose this is the one cell, this is another cell. Here the nuclear membranes will start degradation before, just at the end of the prophase 2, but chromosomes start condensation. Here also the chromosomes start condensation, and that condensation will ultimately lead to formation of your chromosome later. Nuclear membrane disappear. Nuclear membrane disappear, pura same as the mitotic division. Okay, nuclear membrane disappear, and spindle fiber formed by the centrosomes. Spindle fiber formed by the centrosome. So here this is your centrosome, and the centrosome also split here, so that there will be 2 number of centrosome will form here. So these are the centrosomes, and this centrosome will ultimately at the end of this prophase, they will transfer to each fold. So this one will come to this fold, and in the center there will be presence of your chromosome, and these are your chromosome. Okay, these are the chromosomes which are present here, and the spindle fiber. Okay, this is early prophase. Okay, this is early prophase 2. Okay, but when this centromere, when this centrosome will move towards each fold, here there will be one centrosome, here there will be one centrosome, and here also in case of your this cell also there will be presence of this centrosome at the poles. Okay, and it will form the spindle fiber, it will form the spindle fiber, it will also form the spindle fiber. Okay, they will form the spindle fiber, and this spindle fiber will now get attached with the chromosomes. Okay, this may attach with this, or this may attach with this. Okay, or this may attach with this. So here the spindle fiber come in contact with this kinetochore of the chromosome. So these are the spindle fiber get attached here. Okay. Okay. So the spindle fiber formed by the centrosome and they attach. They means the spindle fiber attached with the kinetochore. With the kinetochore of the centrosome is centromere of chromosomes. Okay, so this is your prophase 2. Then let's come to your metaphase 2. Then mitosis also this is same as compared as your mitosis. Okay, so here in this metaphase 2, condensation of chromosome complete. Condensation of chromosome complete. So the chromosome that appear in rod shape, the chromosome become rod shape. Chromosome that become rod shape, right? And now at the center, they will arrange here. The chromosomes will arrange at the center. So this is one chromosome. This is another chromosome. Okay, and here this is your centrosome, and this is connected with this, and this is spindle fiber that is connected with this. Okay, so I'm just making your chromosomal spindle fiber. As you know that there is also presence of your continuous spindle fiber. So this is attached with this. Now what will happen? Now they will start move towards each pole. Okay, but here the chromosome that's split from the centromere. Suppose this is one chromosome and this is your centrosome. When this spindle fiber pull this or towards this, then here what will happen? Splitting of the chromatid. Here there will be splitting of chromatid. Okay, so this is one chromosome. This is one chromosome, and after that, what will happen? Both these chromatid will get separate. Okay, they will get separate, and this will move towards this, and this will move towards this when the spindle fiber pull these chromosomes. Okay, so this is your splitting of the chromatid at the metaphase 2. Okay, at the metaphase 2, what will happen? There will be splitting of the chromatid from the centromere position, right? Okay, so we can find that in the anaphase 2. Okay, clearly we can that can visible at the time of your anaphase 2. Okay, so here there will be splitting of your chromatid, splitting of the chromatid at the centromere. Okay, so this is chromosome number 1 also. This will also be a chromosome number 1. Okay, the chromosome number will not that will now same. Only the chromatids are present in this phase. The chromatid, 2 chromatids are there, or this is your double structured chromosome. This is double structured chromosome, and this is your single structured chromosome. This is also a chromosome. This is also a chromosome. Okay, both are different chromosome now. Okay, DNA. Suppose DNA. This is one DNA. This is one DNA. Here there is DNA content. DNA content. This is one DNA, and this is one DNA. Okay, then here the DNA was DNA that is 2, but here the DNA is 1. DNA content will change here, but the chromosome number is same. Okay, DNA content that is 1, DNA content is 1, but this is your chromosome, this is your another chromosome, but we may call them as chromatid. Okay, But what would happen in the next phase? Then let's see your next phase, that is your anaphase 2. In the anaphase 2, suppose this is cell and this is another cell. Now this chromatid, they will move towards each pole. Okay, now they are moving towards each pole. So here, okay, so this in the anaphase you can find this, and in the anaphase what will happen? The chromosome or chromatids move towards each pole. The chromatids move towards each pole. Okay, and at the end they will be at the poles. Okay, so this is your anaphase 2. Okay, and as we discussed earlier, in between this chromatid there will be formation of your interzonal fiber. Here these are the interzonal fibers. Okay, this is your interzonal fiber. And due to that interzonal fiber, they are moving towards each pole. Okay, then the telophase 2. Telophase 2. The telophase 2, that is just like your telophase 1 also. Here the nuclear membrane start appear, reappearance of the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane start reappear. Okay, so here the nuclear membrane will reappear, nuclear loss will reappear, nuclear loss reappear. Okay, the nuclear loss will reappear in this phase, and this is another cell. Okay, and here this is one nucleus, this is another nucleus, and here this will be your one chromosome, and the chromosome that start decondensation in this phase. That means they will appear in this structure. Okay, there also you can find this, and spindle fiber is totally disintegrate in this phase. Okay, so here the nuclear loss also appear in this phase. Okay, nuclear loss reappear, and chromosome decondensation, chromosome that start decondensation. Okay, and this is your end of your telophase 2, and after telophase 2 there will be your cytokinesis 2. There will be cytokinesis 2, and in that cytokinesis 2, what will happen? The cytoplasm divide and form two. Here the cytoplasm divides and form two daughter cells. From two daughter cells from each cell, that formed earlier, in meiosis 1. Okay, in the meiosis 1, this is the result of the cell, this is the result of the cell, but this cell will divide, the cytoplasm will divide, the cytoplasm will divide, and this will make two cells, and this will also make two cells. Okay, so these two cells now are having two number of your chromosome, and this is also having your two chromosome. Here also there will be nucleus, and that is having 2 chromosomes. There is also presence of 2 chromosomes. Okay, so this is your N, this is N, this is your N, this is haploid. All the cells which are formed here are haploid cells. So at the end of the cytokinesis 2, how many cells will form? 4 cells will form. At the end of the cytokinesis 2, there will be formation of 4 daughter cells, and these 4 daughter cells are haploid cells because they have half set of chromosome as compared to your mother cell. Okay, because mother cell have 4 chromosome, mother cell have 4 chromosome, but here the daughter cell have 2 chromosomes. Daughter cell that is having 2 chromosomes. Okay, so this is your end of your meiosis 2. Okay, this is your end of your meiosis 2, and at last there will be formation of your 4 cells. Okay, so this is all about your meiosis. Okay, meiosis is completed here. So in the next class we'll start the biomolecules part. Okay.